Does anyone know who Aemond One Eye is? Aemond The Kinslayer? If you do know who he is, awesome. If you don't, you're in the right place because you're about to find out. In short, Aemond Targaryen is pure savage, and he plays a prominent role in the Dance of the Dragons, and even though it's not super popular to see a lot of him in the promos, House of the Dragon should feature him quite a bit. He's easily the character I'm most excited to see, but why should you be excited? As we find out how he got his nicknames, hopefully you learn just a bit more about him and why he's going to be so important in House of the Dragon. And now real quick, if you find this video entertaining or informational, leave it a like. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed so you can keep up with House of the Dragon content as this new series gets underway. Aemond Targaryen is a prince in this story. He's the second son of King Viserys. Depending on whether you're team green or black, he's second in line to become king behind his brother Aegon. Staying in tradition with many Targaryens, Aemond will at times appear mad. Now if you saw him in glimpses in the trailer or on this video's thumbnail, he is the one with the eye patch or the one with the sapphire taking the place of his missing eye. How did this happen? Well, I believe you will see this in the show. Now, Aemond is described as bold, wild, willful, hot-tempered, and unforgiving. And he's pretty darn impressive with a sword in his hand as well. Can he compete with Aemond Targaryen? Maybe not, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know a thing or two. But this kid is vicious, no doubt, and that's in part how he lost his eye. Now we're keeping it vague because I don't want to spoil the whole story, but the story on how he lost his eye goes something like this. Him and his family were on Driftmark for a funeral for Laenor Velaryon. Now Laenor was Rhaenyra's husband, and they had 3 children, Jacaerys Velaryon, Lucerys Velaryon, and Joffrey of Velaryon. They're important for Aemond, and we'll go right back to that in a second. But while they're at Driftmark, which is very close to Dragonstone, Aemond's father suggests they stop at Dragonstone so Aemond can claim a dragon egg or a hatchling if Aemond is bold enough. You see, Aemond is the last of Viserys' children to claim a dragon. Even his younger brother had claimed one already. It's a rite of passage that Aemond has yet to experience. Well, Aemond didn't like being questioned on his boldness, so what does he do? While on Driftmark, where the biggest and oldest dragon in the whole world resides, I'm talking about none other than Vhagar, the last dragon from Aegon's conquest and the most battle-tested. Aemond takes it upon himself to show the whole realm just how bold he is by claiming Vhagar, and even flying on her there in Driftmark. He wasn't allowed to do that, so Rhaenyra's kids confront him and an altercation breaks out. Now a little history among all these kids, Aemond doesn't like Rhaenyra's kids. Aemond's mother is Alicent, and she is queen and very much Team Green. Tensions are high between her and Rhaenyra, and this animosity is shared among the children. So there's already that built in. But another piece to this drama, it is widely rumored that the Velaryon children aren't Velaryon at all, and that they're actually bastard children from their mother's affair with Harwin Strong. Aemond brings this up during their altercation by calling them Strongs, and Jacaerys attacks him. Aemond gets the upper hand and goes savage mode on Jacaerys, until Lucerys jumps in with a dagger and cuts Aemond across the face, causing him to lose his eye. But he goes on to say that it's a fair trade to lose his eye and gain the dragon Vhagar. This altercation only furthers tensions among the 2 Targaryen factions, but that's how he became Aemond One Eye. Now, after Viserys dies, it's kind of a race to obtain allies. One ally in particular both are eager to get is Borros Baratheon in the Stormlands. Now, most assumed he would remain faithful to Rhaenyra as the Baratheons had pledged to her. But that was between Bormund Baratheon, Borros' father, and Viserys, Rhaenyra's father. So Aemond is sent to see Borros Baratheon. Aemond offers to marry one of his daughters to form an allegiance to the Greens and support King Aegon II's claim as rightful heir. And that works. Unfortunately, Rhaenyra had sent her son Lucerys Velaryon to win Borros' allegiance as well. Lucerys flew on his dragon Eryx to Storm's End. Upon arriving, Lucerys learns Aemond has already arrived and Borros isn't pleasant with Lucerys as he makes it clear he will not support Rhaenyra. Aemond and Lucerys would have probably fought then and there, but Borros wouldn't tolerate it, instead allowing Lucerys to leave, but made it clear that he had no problem with anything Aemond would do as long as it wasn't under his roof. So, as Lucerys tried to fly home, Aemond on top of his dragon, Vhagar, caught up with them and attacked Lucerys and Eryx. It wasn't even close to a battle. Lucerys and his dragon stood no chance. They were both killed that night. Now, one thing I initially left out is that while at Storm's End, Aemond began taunting Lucerys about how Lucerys owed him an eye. As I stated, Borros wouldn't tolerate they fight under his roof, But Boros' daughter, Maris, began teasing Aemond that did Lucerys also take his balls along with his eye? To prove her wrong, legend states he found Lucerys' body and removed the boy's eyes and later gave them to Maris. From that moment on, the new nickname that followed was Aemond The Kinslayer. And that's how Aemond Targaryen got his nicknames. I'm really excited for this character. I love purely evil characters because they can do so much for the rest of your characters and how they interact with them. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you like this video, make sure you leave it a like and make sure you're subscribed. There's going to be plenty more House of the Dragon content coming up very soon. Thank you.